Dream Bathymetry video tutorial. Things that you need: bathymetric equipment, the GPS, controller, single beam echo sounder, transducer, and rubber boat. How to use the equipment. Let's first look at the GPS, Global Positioning System unit. You can find 3 indicator icons and 1 button on the front side of the unit. The first status icon corresponds to the satellite signal indicator. This will blink as an indication that the device is receiving signal from the satellite. The next icon is the radio signal indicator. This in turn will blink when the unit receives remote radio signal. For our purposes, we will not be using remote radio to log our data. The logging and battery indicator will start to blink when the unit starts logging data. This indicator will also blink rapidly when the unit is low on battery. For our purposes, we will be using PPK, Post-Process Kinematic Data Logging. The button on the right is the power button. This is used to power the unit on or off. Let's now look at the battery pack. The battery locks in place in the placeholder like so. You then press the battery pack unit into the GPS. You will hear a solid click as the indicator that the unit is locked in place. To remove the battery unit, just press the 2 release buttons on the side simultaneously and pull back the battery pack. As a general tip, average charging time for the unit is at 2 to 3 hours. It is recommended to bring 2 to 3 spare battery packs for each field operation. On the underside of the GPS unit, at the upper left part, you can find the RTK radio antenna port. This is used for the RTK connection, which we will be using later for our operation. Right below the RTK antenna port is the serial port, which we can use to download or upload data to the GPS unit. Now for the power port. You can find it at the rightmost corner on the underside of the unit. This is used during extended field operations or static operations which require continuous data logging that exceeds the normal battery life of the unit. The middle inlet is used for mounting the GPS unit to a tripod or pole. Now we will look at the single beam echo sounder device. You can find 2 ports on the front side of the device. On the left is the power port TXR, which is used to charge the device and/or to connect it to the transducer. The right port is the PC controller port. This is used to connect the device to a controller. The device can also be connected to the controller via Bluetooth. The third equipment that we will use is a transducer. This device uses sound waves to scan the riverbed. The efficient depth of this device is from 0.3 meters to 75 meters in depth. The transducer connects to the echo sounder device via the transducer connector hooked up to the TXR port. The ideal height for the pole attachment for the transducer should be about 2 meters. Now we go to the controller unit. This device controls the operation of all the other devices that we will be using for the bathymetry process. How to set up the bathymetric system. Step 1. Connect the transducer pole to the pole stabilizer. Step 2. Connect the transducer cable to the TXR port of the echo sounder. Step 3. Mount the GPS unit on top of the transducer pole. Step 4. Turn on the GPS unit and wait for about 10 minutes to make sure that the data to be gathered are fixed. Step 5. Turn on the controller. How to set up the controller. Follow these steps. Tap the Windows logo button to access the application menu. Tap the Trimble Access icon to access the Setup menu. Tap the Settings icon, then click Connect. Tap Bluetooth option to connect via Bluetooth. As a general tip, look at the last 4 digits of the GPS unit serial number and check for the corresponding unit on the drop-down list on the controller. If the unit is not yet connected, press Config. Then click Add New Device and select the matching device. Verify and click OK. You will then be reverted to the drop-down menu list. Select your device and accept. Tap the Trimble icon, then Trimble Access. General Survey, Job, New Job, and input job name. You can choose to use the last job settings or the default settings depending on your needs. If you choose the default settings, the unit will prompt you to input the project settings. First, input the coordinate system. Select from Library. Select UTM from the System dropdown. Then select 51 North from the Zone dropdown. Select WGS 1984 7P on the Datum dropdown. Select Next Page on the lower right portion of the display. Input project height using the data you have about the river's depth. Tap Enter, then tap Store to save the settings. To add a map, tap Active Map. Then tap Add on the bottom of your display and select your map file from the corresponding folder. You can preload maps while connecting the controller to your computer via USB or Bluetooth. The controller unit accepts AutoCAD DXF files. Make sure to take note of the folder where you have saved the maps you've uploaded. Important note: tap the added file to make sure that the map is loaded properly. You will see a check mark on the left side of the map file. Finally, tap the Accept button on the lower right of the screen. Do not make changes on page 2 of the selection screen. Tap Accept. Tap Map on the middle right portion of the screen to preview. Tap Escape to go back to the Job menu. On the Job menu, tap Measure. Choose PPK, then select Continuous Topo. Input the antenna height you obtained from measuring the height difference from the transducer's base to the base of the GPS unit on the pole. Input start point name, default 1. Wait for the controller to finish initialization. While waiting, press the Windows button to go to the main menu. Select the sonar icon. Tap Device on the lower left portion of the screen. Tap SonarMite. Select COM8 on the serial port dropdown. Retain all other settings. tap OK. On the next screen, tap File. Tap Log File. Input log file name and select the folder directory to save the file. File type should be .som. Tap Save. Tap Yes on the pop-up selection. To start data logging, tap File, then tap Logging. There should be a check mark beside the logging option. While on the same menu, press the Trimble button on the keypad. A pop-up menu will appear. Select Continuous Topo. Indicator should be about 10 minutes in initialization. You may now start the survey by tapping Start on the lower right corner of the display. Thank you for watching, and happy bathymetry!